Okay, Veysel, we're here in Istanbul, Turkey, at the offices of HCA, Helsinki Citizens Assembly.
Yes.
I was wondering if you could just tell me briefly why it is that you got involved in refugee work in the first place.
Um, I was born in Diyarbakir, which is in the southeastern region of Turkey, with a predominantly Kurdish population. Although I have never experienced direct state violence, I had witnessed how it had concrete and palpable impacts on the lives of ordinary people when the rule of law was suspended. That is why when I came to Istanbul for my graduate study in Istanbul University, I decided to work on internal displacement. And I did a fieldwork study in a district of Istanbul with forcibly displaced Kurds. And my initial objective was to understand shifting perceptions of home among forcibly displaced communities. But when we started to talk, I found out that people had more to say about their missing relatives, how it feels to be abandoned by the state, and how injustice is and has entrenched impact on their lives. And that is how I became more knowledgeable and also more aware about these forced displacements on people's lives, and which brought me to engage in Helsinki Citizens Assembly's Refugee Advocacy and Support Program.
And how long have you been working for HCA?
I've been volunteering since 2006,
Wow.
but I became a professional in 2007.
And what is your role precisely?
My role within the organization is multiple-fold. On the one hand, I do contribute administrative and coordination of the whole office, like as I am the program assistant of the Refugee Advocacy and Support Program, and on the other hand, I am a team member of the protection unit under our refugee program. We are mostly involved in the detention calls, and we try to prevent imminent risk of deportation and also address the needs of most vulnerable segments among refugee population in Turkey.
Okay, I just have one more question in this very quick interview, and that is, what do you feel is the responsibility of other countries, such as the Netherlands, towards the work that you're doing here at HCA and the general situation of asylum seekers and refugees in Turkey?
There's actually most recently a very concrete involvement of Dutch government in the refugee and asylum issues in Turkey, because under the EU accession process, Dutch government is a partner of a twinning project, which will lead to the construction of reception centers in 6 places throughout Turkey. And unfortunately, so far, this process is not going transparent, and we are not sure whether people will be detained in these detention centers, or whether they will have a set of rights, including freedom of movement, including an ensured access to asylum, or the more specific focus on the needs of vulnerable communities, including, but of course not limited to LGBT refugees, separated minor refugees, torture survivors, and single women. Therefore, first and foremost, I believe that Dutch government should put pressure on the Turkish government in becoming more transparent in this training project.
And Dutch NGOs presumably also need to be aware of this as well.
Yes, definitely. And secondly, the NGOs in Turkey are operating under a very, very limited funding scheme. And we are fortunate because we were able to manage secure the MATRA support for our refugee advocacy and support program. But we still do a continuing need for funding, and this can be also, whether it be in cash or in-kind support. And also the involvement of Dutch scholars like you or your previous colleagues is truly important for us in order to exchange our experience.
Okay, thank you very much. This is Jeff Handmaker reporting for 3R Foundation from Istanbul, Turkey. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.